The full-size V8-powered SUV segment doesn't have many players, and its popularity certainly isn't what it once was. But GM still dominates this genre by outselling all of its competitors combined by more than 2 to 1, and the Chevy Tahoe is clearly the most popular. Though currently not the freshest choice, the 2012 Tahoe is still the go-to body-on-frame sport utility of choice for those who tow, drive off-road, and need 3 rows of seating. It's also the only one of its kind to be offered as a hybrid. I just spent the week with this top-trim 4-wheel drive Tahoe LTZ equipped with the Sun and Entertainment package, consisting of the rear DVD, an additional 9 months of XM radio and nav traffic, and a sunroof, with an as-tested price of $59,260. For those who tow, and if you're interested in a Tahoe, it's likely that you do, my tester also has the heavy-duty cooling package for the engine and transmission, and a trailer brake controller. New for 2012, this system now incorporates StabiliTrak so that when the stability control is activated on the Tahoe, it adjusts the trailer brakes accordingly for more confident towing. On this LTZ 4-wheel drive model, that number is maxed at a strong 8,200 pounds. More than enough for most, yet trailing the likes of Expedition and Armada. All Tahoe models move with the force of a Vortec 5.3-liter V8 with active fuel management. It makes 320 horsepower, 335 pound-feet of torque, and is E85 capable. A 6-speed auto is standard, and the LTZ has an electronically controlled 2-speed transfer case that can be driven in 2-wheel and auto modes. The EPA rates this 4-wheel drive Tahoe at 15 mpg city, 21 highway, which is as good as it gets in the segment. GM has always been great at making their big trucks drive as car-like as possible, and even with a vehicle of this size, the Tahoe is sumptuously smooth and relatively easy to maneuver in tight urban settings. LTZ models benefit from the standard auto-ride front suspension that further reduces body motion. A distinguishing trait here is that the Tahoe still uses a solid rear axle, while others in the segment have moved to fully independent setups. Either way, it doesn't negatively impact the Tahoe's ride quality. When you drive it, you get that in command of the road feeling from sitting up high, while throttle and steering inputs are syrupy and deliberate, just like the big old comfortable truck it is. Now, while some of that is warm and fuzzy, more steering feel would certainly be welcome. There's lots of room inside for passengers, typically 8, but here with the optional second row buckets, you can pack in 6 or 7 with ease. Legroom in the third row is fairly decent, and a power-assisted second row seat release makes entry and egress quite easy. The second row seats are also heated. The Tahoe gives up a bit of cargo room behind the third row seats, leaving little when they are up, but they can be completely removed, and the second row folds down for a large, though somewhat cumbersome expansion of carrying capability. And here's a lesson the European car makers could learn. Now this is a properly sized center console. The LTZ trim adds a leather-wrapped heated steering wheel for 2012, and side blind zone alert is now standard. But ironically, an auto-up driver's side window isn't? Geez, they even have that on the Sonic. And there's a lot of old-school GM truck design in here that seems particularly dated. Yet overall, as a big SUV from a seemingly bygone era, the Chevy Tahoe continues to get the job done with a pleasant familiarity. For Drive Time, I'm Steve Hammis.